Tyler Perry needs to be banned in the Shadow Realm for this tripe. Divorce in the Black, or Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black, because Tyler Perry is so egotistical and believes himself to be such an auteur, such a great filmmaker with films like Mea Culpa. Mea Culpa came out earlier this year and somehow looks like Citizen Kane compared to Divorce in the Black. I'm not going to mix words here, guys. This is not going to be a very nice review because this is one of the worst goddamn things of the decade. This is astonishingly awful. Apocalyptically bad. This is one of the worst damn movies that has been put on any streaming service with any kind of budget or any kind of talent behind it. And there is talent in the cast. I mean, granted, Megan Good has pretty much torpedoed her goddamn career, but Megan Good plays Eva of Vita saying, oh yeah, by the way, Amazon original. Tyler Perry Studios had something to do with this, and that's the only way that a movie like this could get made, because nobody besides Tyler Perry could actually make a movie this goddamn bad, and make it intentionally bad. There is no way that anybody involved in this could have looked at any of the scenes and said, could we try doing this, only not as shit? Oh wait, Megan Good is playing somebody that's in an abusive relationship and she just feels if she stays with him, she can change him. Oh, it's like a precursor to her dating Jonathan Majors. So maybe she's just getting ready for the inevitable. Because once an abuser, always an abuser. Anyway, Megan Good, who used to have a career and now is in tripe like this, yeah, she plays Ava, who is the daughter of a pastor. And look, I just want to say right now, I have nothing against the people that play her parents, but the guy that plays the dad honestly looks like a, disheveled Al Sharpton, just without the, scuzziness of Al Sharpton. And the woman that played the mother, she's been good in a few other things. She's not good in this because nobody's good in this because nobody could save this. Yeah, she's in a loveless marriage with a guy named Dallas, played by Corey Hardick, who I assume he just said, you know what, I'm just going to go full on stupid and I'm just going to do whatever Tyler Perry says. And unlike Mea Culpa, which had some really hilarious moments, especially in that third act had me in stitches. I recently rewatched that, as bad as that movie is, and it's on the goddamn list of worst movies of the year. At least that had a little bit of entertainment. This doesn't even have the bonkers moments. The stuff where you're like, okay, oh, we're going to lean into goofiness. We're going to be goofy. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Oh, we're just going to jut around. This movie has a plot that tries to go in a couple different directions, yet somehow stays in the same place and then burrows further down, drilling like it's the goddamn machine going into the core. In the movie, The Core. This movie should have been sent to the core, along with Tyler Perry. I would just say right now that Tyler Perry never deserves to make another film again in his life. Act all you damn want. Alex Cross was not exactly great because Tyler Perry isn't a very good actor. Medea is a joke that got played out really goddamn quickly, but he kept making them because he kept making money. And then movies like this get released on Amazon, and then idiots like me watch it. And look, I recognize I am not the target audience for it, but I can still appreciate the entertainment factor of something like Mea Culpa, which was bad, and a lot of people thought it was bad. This somehow is so much worse. So much worse. Let me just say the characters are absolutely, they're not even one note. This ain't even a rough draft. This is a few ideas scribbled down. They said, okay, we're just going to make up the dialogue as we go. We're going to make up the character motivations as we go. Nobody reacts to any of these situations like an actual human. The simple fact that we start in a funeral home, and I'm just going to say this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. So here's what you're basically getting. You're getting some of the worst acting that you've seen this side of, I don't know, at least of any movie this decade. Anything that wasn't with a few friends gathered with a camcorder trying to put on a show. And even that, you could tell people are trying. This isn't trying. Unless they were trying to make something really goddamn bad. And Megan Good cannot act. Maybe she was able to act at one point. She's lost it. She ain't getting it back. From the very beginning, we are in a funeral. It gets more ridiculous from there while simultaneously taking itself so seriously, yet being so comically awful without even having any entertainment to back it up. Anything we're like, haha, that's funny, except it's not. You're just cringing. This movie is cringe. Hashtag cringe. Yeah, I'm a 43-year-old guy saying that, and I sound about as hip as anybody else in this goddamn movie. And if anybody in this cast actually was trying to make a good movie, bless you. You didn't succeed. Tyler Perry needs to once again be banned of the fucking Shadow Realm, needs to be kicked out of goddamn Hollywood or at least out of the director's chair, never allowed to direct anything again. This is some of the worst acting, some of the worst scene blocking, some of the worst. There was a fight at one point in the third act of this movie that actually made me think nobody has ever even seen a fight. And one of the guys, the character Benji, actually looks like he could do some damage. Corey doesn't necessarily look like he could, but then again, that's the idea of the character. But Jesus goddamn Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's on Amazon if you want to check it out. I'm going to get into spoilers like they really matter, because I'm just going to rip this movie apart even more. Terrible. Megan Good deserves everything that's coming to her, because if she's going to continue to pick roles like this, then you deserve to have your reputation goddamn torpedoed. You stupid goddamn bitch. What the hell is wrong with you? You used to have promise, and now you're in shit like this. Get rid of the trash, otherwise you date trash. And you're just going to continue to be trash, and it doesn't really matter how you think that you can change him. You can't change him. Newsflash to any man, woman, animal, vegetable, or mineral. You can't change them. Ever. Spoilers. We start off in a funeral where you have the dad. He's giving a sermon. It's for a brother, one of Dallas's brothers, who apparently turned to a life of crime. And he died. He was given the ability, I guess, to do. His name was Cody. Adrenaline in my soul. I'm stuck in his coffin. Oh no! And apparently, because this pastor, Ava's family comes from money, they decide, hey, I want to pay to give him a good funeral. But the other family, Dallas's family, with the mother, who I'm sure she thought she was doing something good, she wasn't. She wasn't. Again, I'm not knocking the people except Megan Good. Fuck that bitch. But I'm not knocking anybody else in this goddamn cast. I'm sure they were trying to be as characters. They were terrible. The mother's all upset, tells the brothers, just gather. This is after the pastor, by the way. The pastor knocks the fact that the family is all, they're just criminals, and he turned to a life of crime and all this stuff and everything. And at his funeral, I mean, okay, I can understand being upset, but come on. And then the mother says, don't get the casket. Get his body out of the casket. They pick his body up out of the casket. This is in the first 10 minutes. Pick up his body out of the casket. They bury him in somewhere on the family property, I assume. Whatever. They take the body out of the casket. I mean, and it's not as funny as it sounds. I'm making it sound funnier than it actually is. This is abysmal and dreadful in every goddamn way. The fact that she wanted to be a good wife, she wanted to be all this, and I don't care what gender or whatever you're doing. If you are in something like this and everybody is telling you, yes, you could love somebody, and yes, there are abusive relationships, and there are ways you don't feel like they're out, but she could have taken this guy. This guy could have been knocked over with a feather. This guy wasn't tough. We saw that by the end. But there are the Bertrand Hebert. I mean, there you go. That's a dated reference. The acting is pitiful. I mean, goddamn pitiful. Just 1,000% bad. And Benji's a guy that apparently has a history with Ava. It turns out they might have actually been lovers if she hadn't ended up dating and marrying Dallas. But Dallas is treating her like shit and all this stuff. And basically says at this dinner, hey, I want a divorce at this restaurant. And this is after Rona, Taylor Polidor Williams. Which just sounds like a name way too snooty to be in a film like this. And then her husband or significant other or fuck buddy, for all I goddamn know or care, Shannon Wallace plays Jim. There's some who called me Jim. They're trying to be good people, but Ava isn't having it from Rona, even though Rona has a point because she's finally had it. Like, you idiot. You're a good person. You need to leave the guy. You can't change people, by the way. This isn't victim blaming. This is just factual. There are people you can't save and don't deserve to be saved. Megan, you dumb twat. Anyway, so, yeah, before this restaurant scene, by the way, she basically tells Dallas, don't worry, I just got home from work. We're going to go out to a restaurant. I'll be right back. I'll be ready in 45 minutes. Why does it take somebody 45 minutes to get ready? It shouldn't. I don't care if you're going to a fancy restaurant. You should be able to do it in 25. But anyway, he wants a divorce loudly and starts yelling in comically bad ways just about all this stuff. And just, nobody would act like this. Nobody would. I don't care if you're a narcissist or if you just feel that you deserve everything or whatever white trash or just bottom of the barrel family you come from, because they do all seemingly live in a trailer or on the same goddamn thing. I'm not knocking at you. Live how you need to live, but it's just, I'm not even saying Ava's dad's necessarily the best either, but he at least loves his wife and has a point, by the way. We stood by you even though he wanted a divorce, or he took care, or basically didn't take care of you at all, and you weighed on him hand and foot. Rona wrote down all the bad stuff that he said and did, and then she ended up reading that. The mother ended up reading that at one point too. I'm skipping over a lot of stuff because this is a 2-hour movie that feels like it goes 4 hours. Everything drags on. Like Tyler Perry needs to be dragged on and on and on. Out of a goddamn studio and just sat in a car and said, you need to go find something else to do, you goddamn dweeb. Nevertheless, we get flashbacks and memories while Ava fixes herself. She meets Benny. This is abysmal is what I'm pointing out. Yes, there are ideas here, but this is like the worst Lifetime movie of the week that you've seen times 12. I'm just going with a nice round number there. Sort of. Yeah, basically the parents, the dad's trying to set her up with Benji. The dad finds out, by the way, about all the bad stuff that was said. The mother and Ava have a heart-to-heart. I know the mother had a name, and I'm talking about the character. I don't care. I know the dad did. I don't care. I think Clarence. I think that was his name. We have Clarence. Then we get some sermons. We get some more stuff. We see old home movies on a VCR. Yes, kids, we actually used to watch things on a VCR. You didn't smile after you got with him, but you always smiled before. How did they get together, by the way? I mean, it's like, yes, they showed those home movies, but it's like, every warning sign was there that this wasn't going to work. Like, I mean, everything. That guy just seemed miserable. And I've been on the side where it's like, I know women that have been miserable and you can't fix them. You can't do it. You just can't. I can't wrap my head around it character-wise. I'm just saying. This is such a bad depiction of abusive relationships that it's actually kind of frightening. I don't think Tyler Perry even knows how to spell relationship. So anyway, heavy-handed melodrama, all this stuff. This has more sap than a 10-mile wide maple tree forest. We're at a carnival. Benji has a bunch of animals. He has a daughter, but the daughter's with the mother, with the kid's mother. By the way, Ava and Dallas don't have kids. Dallas, by the way, it has disappeared from this whole goddamn thing. Then her and Benji eventually do end up getting together, but not before. But the soundtrack, by the way, is dog shit. I'm not even saying the artists are dog shit. I don't know what the fuck. And yeah, she's back after a week. That's the longest week of this goddamn movie. This movie that felt like it took a week to finish. And then the divorce proceedings are fine. They're fine. They're absolutely fine. Except Dallas is like, wait a second, you want this? He asked for the divorce, and then pictures are being sent, by the way, because I guess it's a small town, wherever the fuck they are in Georgia. I don't care. I don't care where the fuck they are. Duluth, Georgia, I don't know where they're at. Like, genuinely, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe they could have been in the Benoit household, and that's where everybody, involved in this probably should have ended up. Harsh? Probably. Okay? It's fine. Whatever, it's fine. Shouldn't get upset about a movie like this because movies are supposed to be entertaining. That only helps when you have entertainment. Tyler, you dick, you idiot, you untalented twat. embarrassment. Anyway, Dallas is pissed, but he's like, no. And Jim, by the way, is his friend, who's also dating Rona. And yeah, this is an abomination against everything that all the gods intended. And even if you don't believe in God, you have to believe in something, because this movie will make you question how any god could allow something like this. So yeah, they end up getting together, sleeping together. Cool. Whatever. This was like one of the worst goddamn sex scenes ever filmed. And that's saying something, because I've watched a lot. I mean, a lot. A lot. Always delete your search history. So, yeah, suddenly Dallas finds out about this stuff and poisons all of Benji's animals. We have to omit how that actually happened for clarity, and the animals are just laying there. And I don't know if the animals actually were real or if they were CGI or whatever. The animals probably would have just wanted to die rather than be around Tyler Perry. Because I imagine the amount of stink coming from that guy just for his untalented inability to make anything good. Yeah, I'd want to croak too. So, yeah, this isn't even funny like mea culpa is what I know. And I know that a few times on my goddamn notes. Didn't even use both sides of the paper because I couldn't even keep track of some of this stuff. And if people don't like the fact that I'm shredding this goddamn movie, here's the thing. If you know Tyler Perry, tell him to make something better. Tell him to go do something like go on the goddamn moon. Make a movie there. So, yeah, the dad decided, by the way, after there's a scene where Dallas finds the mother. After poisoning the animals, Benji's trying to get a hold of Ava. Ava's doing this, all this. The mother gets grabbed by Benji, or not Benji, but Dallas, in this small grocery store where there's like one employee that does nothing. Did she not know that people were acting near her? Yes, I know we're supposed to ignore certain things in customer service, but not when people are being abused right there. Do we run into it? Do we maybe say, let's go get the police? Let's do something? No, let's just stand here like an idiot. I'm not saying the woman's an idiot. I'm saying the character's an idiot. But yeah, so the dad gets pissed. The dad gets a whole bunch of guns. By the way, the idea now is he brings guns to Ava's house. You need to protect yourself. It's like a bunch of 12 gauges and stuff like that. And maybe a rifle, maybe whatever. I felt like taking one myself after watching this. I felt like taking one halfway through this. I felt like, maybe ending up like Kurt Cobain probably wasn't the worst idea because it would have prevented me from watching this. Anyway, so yeah, basically the dad ends up finding out what happened to his wife, goes to the house, the trash household, with Dallas's mother, by the way, who is the absolute worst mother. It's like the Black Honey Boo Boo. That's who the character reminds me of. Not the actress, the character. By the way, the Honey Boo Boo household, every single goddamn adult in there should be jailed. White trash. Stupid. Well, she knows what she is. Dating somebody, end up getting back together with somebody that abused one of her children. Good. She deserves to rot. Inside and out, painfully. So anyway, the dad tries to go all vigilante, but gets beat up, gets put in the hospital. And the cop, meanwhile, this is like the third time the cop has said that they can't do anything. The poison animals, we can't do anything. We need proof. When has that ever stopped white cops in the South from just slapping stuff on black people? I mean, I'm just saying. That's not even a stereotype. Ava then basically takes Benji's truck and goes back to her house. Dallas shows up. Benji's confused about where the hell she is. And then she finally just doesn't even have a heart-to-heart. It's like her and Dallas, just say some of the worst goddamn dialogue. Then they get in a fight. He's got a gun. He slaps her around. She's calling the cops. She's doing this. My husband abused me. By the way, she has a restraining order against him. There was this earlier scene at this party that they were having where Dallas showed up and did some of the worst goddamn acting and everything. And I know his name's not Dallas, but that's his name forevermore until something is proven that people in this can actually act. Then she shoots him, and then the dad's taken out of the hospital, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's not fine because Tyler Perry is still allowed to make films on this planet. Tyler Perry is still allowed to call himself a director and a filmmaker and somebody that belongs in Hollywood when he doesn't at all. And the fact that he is going to get more opportunities doing shit when he has shown no ability to understand how to make a film any better, when Mea Culpa is the better of the two movies, and that was utter dog shit. Good job. Good job, you idiot. Yeah, Megan Good, by the way. Yeah. Gonna date somebody like Jonathan Majors. Don't come crying. Don't come crying. You know what they are. Anyway, yeah, was that mean-spirited? Probably. Do I really care? No, I don't fucking care, because this movie pissed me the fuck off. I don't know if a movie's going to piss me off any more than this. And we are only in mid-July. Agree, disagree what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you. It's F, by the way, F, just in case you didn't understand. Just in case you didn't get that, just in case I didn't say that during all that rambling. Bye.